The midnight air over Gatineau was heavy with the scent of damp pine, looming granite, and the cool mist rolling off the river. While Ottawa across the water slept under a blanket of formal silence, the dark, winding parkways of Gatineau offered an entirely different world, wilder, darker, and far more secretive. High up on the Kingsmere Ridge, secluded estates and quiet lookouts sat hidden among dense forests, serving as the ultimate sanctuary for those who needed to vanish from the public eye. I was cruising slowly along the tree-lined curves of Boulevard Cité des Jeunes in my executive sedan, the headlights sweeping across the dark trunks. My phone screen flashed with an encrypted dispatch. Pick up Valerie near the entrance of the Mackenzie King estate. Destination, a private lodge in Wakefield. I navigated the narrow paved lane leading up toward the estate grounds, where ancient stone ruins and gardens sat shrouded in midnight fog. Standing under the shadow of a heavy oak tree near the iron gates was Valerie. She was a woman in her late 30s with an unmistakable magnetic presence, wearing a dark emerald cashmere coat over a black silk evening dress, her long mahogany hair falling in loose waves around a sharp jawline and piercing grey eyes. As a prominent executive managing high-stakes land development projects across the region, she was used to fighting battles in courtrooms and boardrooms, but tonight, her posture reflected the raw, heavy exhaustion of someone who had hit her limit. I pulled up to the stone gatepost and stepped out into the crisp night air to open her door. As she approached, the subtle, intoxicating scent of jasmine, black pepper, and cedarwood filled the cabin. "Good evening, Valerie. Heading up to Wakefield?" I asked softly, closing her door with a quiet, solid thud. "Good evening, Leo," she replied, her voice rich, low, and carrying a smooth, grounded warmth. She pulled off her leather gloves and rested her head back against the headrest. "And please, take the old mountain route along the river. I need a moment before I face anyone in Wakefield." As I steered the sedan onto the winding two-lane road, carving through the Gatineau hills, the last traces of city light vanished completely. Dense pine forests enclosed the asphalt, and the warm interior of the car felt like an impenetrable sanctuary moving through the dark wilderness. "You drive like someone who actually respects the road, Leo," Valerie noted, turning her gaze toward me, her eyes reflecting the soft amber glow of the dashboard. "In my world, everyone is constantly pushing, demanding, trying to cut corners and force outcomes. It drives me crazy." "The road doesn't care about outcomes," I answered calmly, keeping my hands steady on the leather wheel. "If you try to force a turn up here, the mountain takes over. You have to move with it." A long, quiet sigh escaped her lips, her shoulders visibly relaxing into the seat. "Moving with it. I haven't done that in years. Tonight, my partners expected me to sign off on a deal that would destroy acres of old-growth forest just to build luxury condos. I refused, threw the papers back at them, and walked out." She reached across the center console, her warm fingers sliding over my hand where it rested on the gear shift. A sudden jolt of heat shot through the quiet cabin, cutting right through the damp mountain air outside. "I spent my whole life trying to prove I could handle the pressure, Leo. But tonight, I don't want to fight. I just want to feel alive." I pulled the sedan off the mountain road onto a deserted gravel turnout high above the Gatineau River. Far below, the dark water reflected the faint moonlight breaking through the clouds. I put the car in park, pulled the engine, and turned to face her in the quiet day. "Then leave the fight on the mountain," I whispered. Valerie didn't hesitate. She unbuckled her belt and moved across the console with fluid, confident grace, sliding squarely onto my lap. Her coat fell open, revealing her warm skin and the soft silk of her dress. Her hands gripped my shoulders, pulling my face down to hers in a deep, fierce and breathless kiss that shattered her remaining restraint. All her corporate defense dissolved into raw, unbridled desire. My hands cupped her waist, pulling her flush against my chest as I took complete command of her body. Valerie gasped against my mouth, her fingers tangling in my hair as she surrendered completely to the rising heat in the car. I shifted her position, sliding her silk dress upward over her smooth thighs. When I entered her, Valerie arched her back, a loud, breathless cry escaping her lips and fogging the cold glass windows. I moved with a heavy, steady, unyielding power, driving her higher with every passing second until all thoughts of boardrooms, contracts and deadlines melted into pure, undeniable pleasure. She held on tightly, her body trembling in my arms as she whispered, breathless,